Hey y'all, it's Steph here from SouthernSkyTNgardenDIY, and Cash and I are out here. Where'd he go? Where'd that boy go? He's always in trouble. But I just wanted to give a quick update on the garden. I'm very excited to share some things with you. And when I had mentioned the other day or like a week ago when the peas were all floating to the top because of the rain, I just wanted to share with you what's happening. So fun. So anyway, here we go. Cash, what you doing, baby? Cash, what you doing? Look at me. Cash, the sweetest golden doodle ever. If you don't have one, you gotta have one. They are just so sweet. Until he's not. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Let's go check on the peas, baby. Let's go check on the peas. You ready? Okay, y'all. So it's a little later in the evening than I would like to be filming, but the day was a little crazy. I'm finally out here, and I just wanted to show you what was happening with the peas. Oh my gosh, these were like, I have some snap peas and some traditional like peas going, and they are popping up like mad. They are just so resilient, so cool, and where I thought I would not have any peas coming up, they are coming up, and I'm gonna actually put down some more. I have right now some more in the garage grow station, and before I end this video, we'll probably go in there and check out how those are doing. But I have them in water so they can sprout a little, and then I'll add them in the area. But this is the perfect time of this season, just like it was the end of the fall last season where I got peas going and got so many. I froze containers of them in the freezer, and we had them, and you know, there you go. But they are just a beautiful plant. So anyway, yes, all these were like from those peas that were like floating up to the surface, and I tucked them in, and they are going like gangbusters. Very cool. And then again, all the plants you see that are being started in the water bottles are sunflowers. So we also have a ton of sunflowers going, and I think I have some bottles on the loose there, but we have sunflowers going. And then because of the wind, I stuck sticks in them to keep them from blowing around, which is a great idea. But all of these water bottles and everything help keep things a little bit warmer, because again, we've just been getting some really nice kind of a little bit warmer spring days, but the nights are still dipping down into the mid-30s. So still too soon to bring certain things like squash outside, but as you can see, the cilantro is going like gangbusters. And it's not like I have a ton planted. This is just our, you know, we're not selling at the farmer's market or anything like that, but just showing you how you can just supplement your family grocery bill. You don't have to spend money on things like peas and vegetables and herbs, and just trying to grow what you can to help supplement your garden grocery store here. And also lettuce. Lettuce is a big thing for us. So I do have some lettuce going over on the other side that's going really good. And I just have to be planting more. But of course, like I mentioned, life is coming in the way. Family issues and family needs, but we're still out here gardening and trying to navigate through everything. And also, I do have corn seed, but I did stop in Lowe's the other day because we were stocking up on mulch, and I did grab some sweet cream corn sweet cream corn starts, and getting those going. Right now I haven't planted them outside yet. I'll probably start them inside under the grow lights and kind of get them growing and stronger. But you know, great deal. I bought 2 trays this time, and you get about like 7 to 8 plants in each tray, depending on how you split them up. So we'll start those again. And last time, I'm gonna walk over here. we did them in this octagon tray. And I honestly don't know if it was really deep enough. I think they just need to be in the ground. And we did get great corn. We shared it with family. We had 4th of July, grilled corn and hot dogs and hamburgers, and we used our corn from the garden. It was awesome. But it was a little bit, they were a little bit drier, a little bit stiffer feeling, the kernels. So hopefully planting them in the ground over on the other side, which I'll zoom in here, but we're gonna, this is our, the lighting is really bad, y'all, sorry. But over here on the side yard where I did tomatoes last year, I have a few I moved the tomato cages from this area and moved them over to this area over here to the other side. And we're gonna grow the corn in there. So I'm hoping that we'll do really well, and the fact that we're gonna put those plants directly in the ground will mean that they can grow more robustly and have more moisture. And that's the north side, kind of the northwest side facing of the house. So hopefully they'll do good. And we'll just see what happens. Every year is an experiment and I learn more. But again, this last weekend was all spent, oh, let me zoom out again, was all spent on getting some pots ready, getting the beds ready. I still have food scraps to throw in, and just trying to get everything going for the upcoming season. So very excited because this area looks very bare now, but I have no doubt with what we planned and the starts we have going, and the more starts I have to get started, right, Mr. L? Right? Yeah, he's trying to keep the birds away. Will be a very robust garden. We had just amazing time last year, a lot of fun in some things that we didn't expect to be grown, and they just started, happening, such as the round zucchini that we didn't even think we planted, but it started growing and became this huge stalk. And if you guys go back and check my videos, you'll see that about the mystery zucchini that started growing, but it was a lot of fun. And then also I have to say that a lot of neighbors were fascinated with the fact that over here in our area where we grew the tomatoes last year and other things, we had a giant, almost to the rooftop of that house, mammoth sunflower growing. And neighbors would walk by, and then, when I would be out with my dog Cash walking, they'd be like, oh my God, that sunflower you have growing in your yard is like something else. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen something so tall in a subdivision. So there you go, y'all. We're always looking out to fascinate the neighbors, and wish there were more gardens growing in our area. But there are a few neighbors that are growing and getting onto the train here. But we came out here from a more western state, and my dream was just to start gardening. And I used to just plant like herbs in pots outside. They really never went anywhere. But I am so blessed, and my husband and I, we feel so blessed to have this yard and a whole big area out here where we can garden and supplement our vegetables, and supplement we don't have to spend as much on our grocery bill, and we're able to grow and harvest what we grow and eat it and turn it into meals. And we love the squash. The squash has been a real challenge out here. So if anybody can provide feedback on what they're doing to alleviate the squash bugs, but out here in zone 7B in Middle Tennessee, we have a really hard time with squash bugs. So I'm looking up to kind of rotational garden right now and figure out what bed is best to grow the zucchini in and squash. So last year we grew it out here in this larger bed most of the time, but now I'm gonna move it this year into these longer beds that we got, and see if I can get better growth and less bug pestilence. Because oh my God, y'all, I was coming out at night and just squashing them with a glove on my hands and just killing those bugs. And then later on, the soil, even later into the season, the soil, like back in here where I had butternut squash going, was just infested with little tiny hatches of those squash bugs. And we were finding them everywhere, even in our patio furniture over on the other side over here. It was just ridiculous. So anyway, hopefully rotational gardening will help with that, and moving them into another bed that's fresh, has never had squash in it. And again, I'm going to be working on trying to cover it with covering like this, and hopefully that'll help. So we'll keep you posted. And again, always please share what you're doing. If you have a backyard garden out here in Middle Tennessee, please share what you're doing and how you're trying to create your own backyard garden. And this garden has given me so much peace, so much just mental therapy. It's just a wonderful thing. So I can't share enough. If you haven't started a garden, you just need to. Even if you're just growing a tomato out in your backyard, a tomato plant. Just try to grow something. It's just an amazing experience. And the more we gardened, the more I expanded our gardening spaces. Like this used to be azalea bushes all in here, just like 3 or 4 azalea bushes. And when we got our golden doodle cash, I learned that azalea was basically toxic to dogs and to golden doodles. So we pulled them out, fenced it in so he cannot get in, because he's actually very good and very trained now. If he sees a fence up, he's not going to go in there. But then I used a bunch of our fabric pots and just created a whole extra gardening space. And we also have these plastic barrels that we got from Sam's Club, and I use those to grow a lot of stuff in, and they actually kept growing all through the winter. Like this lettuce or collards that started growing, and they just did amazing through the winter time. They just kept going, and there's a whole bunch of lettuce going in that one. More in the fabric pots. I just can't attest to enough about the effectiveness and how easily things will grow in fabric pots. So lots of green onion going, and then we have this amazing lettuce going in one of the plastic barrels again that we get from Sam's Club. So just amazing lettuce. Gonna have to let that get a bit bigger and harvest it. And then I also have put down more spinach seeds, and I just go out every couple days and add some more seeds. So it's just so cold. It's just been a bit of a, kind of a struggle for the germination, because, they need a little bit of warmth, sunshine, and we've had a lot of rain and some cloudy days, but it's also been beautiful like today. So it got up in the 60s. And then, as I've shared with you before, I have a whole section here of area where I put strawberry plants in. Oh, bugs flying around. So I've got to clear out a lot of the dead leaves so that there's space for the new ones to come in. But they just do their thing, and they are so resilient. And I've got little strawberries like trying to come in here and there. Here's a bunch of flowers out here that will eventually produce strawberries. And the strawberry plants are ones that I've shared with you before, but I'm letting them just go. I would love if they would just create a ground cover in between pots, and just, that space is just where the strawberry plants are going. So during this last week, I actually went over to Lowe's because we picked up a bunch of mulch, and I picked up a bunch of mulch, and then I keep waiting for the sweet potato slip plants to come in, but they haven't come in yet. But they did have the sweet cream corn, so I bought, like I said, 2 trays of those, which we'll put in and decide where we're going to put them, probably over here. But then I forgot to mention when I was talking about those that I also bought another strawberry plant. And that strawberry plant, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it actually has pink flowers instead of white flowers. So I'm going to add it to these, probably like a few I'm going to try to split up the plant a little bit and try to add like 1 or 2 pieces to each pot so that it can kind of like variegate it, you know, try to just add it into a couple of the pots and see if I can also get that going. I think it'll be really pretty with the white and more like dark pink flowers going that were on that strawberry plant. And it's also a I can't remember the name, but like an not evergreen, but anyway, it's the ones like these that will bloom multiple times throughout the year. So I will follow up with some details on that as I go to add them, because I hope to add a video and add some more details about those strawberry plants. But I just bought one because, like I said, these strawberry plants that started, I pretty much bought, I think, like maybe 3 strawberry plants. And then this is what this whole section became from those strawberry plants. Like, they just kept growing and spreading and growing. And so I haven't bought any more. I just let them do their thing. And they're growing down in here even. Like, there's some more spreading in there. I'm going to give them a chance to kind of like spread and kind of uncover, because what happens is I cover them because when they actually do start producing the strawberries, the birds were getting to them faster than I could even pick the strawberries. The first year was horrific. I had them over in the main bed because I was all excited about growing strawberries. And then every time I'd even get a fresh strawberry over in this main garden bed area, it's blurry, but I'm focusing on the main garden area. The birds would come in and destroy them. And then the ants came in because the birds were nipping at them, and you know, the sweetness was out there, and then I had a huge ant infestation. But so far, none of that has ever happened since I moved them over here and kept them covered. And actually last year we had some crazy times where some birds got trapped underneath the netting, and I had to let them out, and then we really secured it down so no birds could get in, and then that alleviated that problem. But my strawberries were able to harvest, and I have a couple of videos in the past where I harvested some great strawberries, and I used them in my smoothies. And I try not to buy any strawberries otherwise unless I see a great sale somewhere. But to be honest, y'all, I bought some this last week, and it was such a disappointment. I bought them at Aldi's, and you could see they were like hothouse strawberries. They were the ones where they're red on the outside but white on the inside, and no sweetness, nothing like the ones I was even harvesting. Even if I got like a little mini strawberry out here, it was so sweet. It was like sugar. It was delicious. So I'm just really hoping to expand my my space of my space of strawberries. So like I said, I'm literally want them to be a ground cover in this area and just encourage them to expand. But I do have to pick some of the slips out here and kind of just plant them in the ground this summer and let them get going. So anyway, just love my strawberries. So you can see how it was all like spreading over here in this area. And I just want to let them keep going. And they're back in there behind those pots. And they just keep growing. So I just would love it if this whole area was full of strawberry slips. Strawberry plants. So anyway, okay, y'all. So sorry, I started kind of ramble a little bit, but that's my update. And just also want to give a quick update on the mint because it is amazing. I didn't think it would even survive the winter, and it started coming back, and it's like a carpet of mint. I'm gonna have to eventually up-pot it here so I can have more, but I love some mint. And oh my god, I just rubbed my hand on it, and it is so aromatic. It just smells delicious. So okay, anyway, y'all, thanks for tuning in, and I will keep you posted. And just wanted to give you a garden update on the peas and how the other plants are going. And it's totally dark out here now, But thank you for following me, and thank you for subscribing if you're a new subscriber. And please always let me know how you're gardening out here in Middle Tennessee or wherever you're gardening. So keep growing, y'all. Have a good evening. Cassie loves to be involved in every outdoor activity. We recently just bought a electric battery cordless mower for the backyard because we were paying $50 like every week practically to mow the lawn. So we got this one on eBay, and I got it for like, oh my gosh, $125 with tax. It was like $150, and there you go. It's very easy. I call it the vacuum cleaners of lawnmowers. So really easy to use, and we just have to mow every couple days. It's not like it's super high powered, so just mow every couple days this summer, and we're going to save like probably $200 or so a month.